Hi, this is Quirky Critic, and without wasting time, let's get into the video. Let's talk about Mission Impossible, when spies go rogue and logic takes a vacation. Mission Impossible, or as I like to call it, Tom Cruise's Marathon of Mayhem, is an action-packed thriller that's part spy game, part heist movie, and all kinds of unintentionally hilarious. Directed by Brian De Palma, this 1996 film takes us on a wild ride with secret agents, impossible stunts, and enough plot twists to make a pretzel jealous. Let's start with our fearless leader Ethan Hunt, played by Tom Cruise. Ethan is less super spy and more adrenaline junkie with a penchant for dangling from high places. With his intense stare and constant running, Cruise looks like a man who's late for his own life. It's like watching a squirrel on a sugar rush trying to solve a Rubik's Cube while evading a predator. Cruise's commitment to doing his own stunts is admirable, but it's hard not to giggle when you realize he's basically the world's most athletic insurance nightmare. Then there's the team, or what's left of it after the first 20 minutes. The opening sequence is a masterclass in how not to run a covert operation. It's like watching a group of toddlers play hide-and-seek in a glass house. With disguises that fool no one and plans that unravel faster than a cheap sweater, it's no wonder the team meets a series of unfortunate, and often comically timed, demises. And who can forget the iconic scene where Ethan Hunt descends into a high-security vault on a cable, only to be thwarted by a single drop of sweat. The tension is supposed to be palpable, but it's hard not to laugh at the absurdity of it all. It's like watching an Olympic gymnast perform a flawless routine only to slip on a banana peel during the dismount. Plus, the whole setup with laser sensors and pressure-sensitive floors is more akin to a game of the floor is lava than a high-stakes espionage mission. The plot of Mission Impossible is about as straightforward as a maze designed by MC Escher. Somewhere amidst the double crosses and face masks, there's a story about a mole in the IMF, Impossible Missions Force. But trying to keep track of it is like trying to follow a soap opera plot while riding a roller coaster. The infamous knock list, a file containing the identities of undercover agents, is the MacGuffin everyone's chasing, but the real thrill is trying to figure out who's betraying whom and why they all insist on wearing lifelike masks at the most inconvenient times. Speaking of masks, the disguises in Mission Impossible are the stuff of legend. Every time a character rips off a mask to reveal another character underneath, it's like watching a magic trick performed by a vaudeville comedian. The sheer improbability of these masks, with their perfect hairlines and seamless skin, makes you wonder if the IMF has a side gig in Hollywood special effects. It's hard to take a scene seriously when you're half expecting someone to pull off a mask and reveal Tom Cruise underneath no matter who they started as. The film's climax aboard a high-speed train is a blend of thrilling and ridiculous. As Ethan Hunt battles an increasingly unhinged Jon Voight on top of the train, you can't help but marvel at the sheer improbability of it all. It's like watching a WWE match on a roller coaster. Exciting, but utterly bonkers. And when a helicopter joins the fray inside the Channel Tunnel, the laws of physics take a back seat to the rule of cool. Sure, it looks awesome, but it's about as realistic as a unicorn riding a unicycle. Then there's the romance subplot between Ethan and Claire, played by Emmanuel Burt. Their chemistry is about as electrifying as a damp sparkler, and their interactions feel more like awkward high school dances than the passionate entanglements of two spies on the run. It's hard to root for a couple whose combined screen presence has all the warmth of a malfunctioning toaster. The villains in Mission Impossible are a study in over-the-top evilness. Jon Voight's Jim Phelps is supposed to be a shocking traitor, but his mustache-twirling antics and convoluted schemes make him more of a cartoon villain than a credible threat. His motivations are as murky as a puddle of mud, and his betrayal is telegraphed with all the subtlety of a neon sign. Despite all its unintentional humor, Mission Impossible remains a fun ride from start to finish. The action sequences are genuinely thrilling, even if they defy logic and gravity. The film's pacing is relentless, keeping you on the edge of your seat even as you chuckle at the absurdity of it all. The techno-thriller gadgets are another highlight. From the self-destructing mission tapes to the oversized laptops that look like they belong in a museum of ancient technology, The film's take on espionage tech is both nostalgic and hilarious. Watching Ethan Hunt hack into a CIA computer with what looks like a Fisher-Price toy is a reminder of how far we've come in the digital age. And let's not forget the iconic theme music. Lalo Schifrin's legendary score is so catchy it could make reading a phone book feel dramatic. Every time those pulsating beats kick in, you know something implausibly awesome is about to happen, even if it makes no sense whatsoever. In the end, Mission Impossible is a film that's as exhilarating as it is unintentionally funny. So grab your popcorn, suspend your disbelief, and prepare to be whisked away on a whirlwind adventure where logic takes a holiday, and Tom Cruise runs more than an Olympic sprinter on a caffeine high. After all, as the mission briefing says, should you choose to accept it, it's going to be one heck of a ride. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Quirky Critic signing out.